And doesn't she look stunning in that formal gown?
Jennifer Leap is Miss Oktoberfest in 1989, was crowned Sunday, and she attends Huntington High School. 1989 Miss Oktoberfest, and we have two of her attendants following. Alicia Smith, who attends Barboursville High School, and Andrea Martin attends Barboursville High School. And the other two attendants are Dawn Kitchen and Angela Dishman from Barboursville High School.
And here comes Huntington's Mounted Police Unit. Received a lot of publicity when they came to town, and people are sure glad to see them here now. They really add a lot of color to events like this and any sort of social gathering. They look good.
They sure do.
The Horse Patrol. Okay. And there's the mayor, Huntington's mayor, also represented here in Barboursville at the Oktoberfest parade.
Bob Nelson.
Well, you know, like I was saying before, Barboursville is a great place, like Osti will tell you. It's a great place to live, work, and play. And the people of the town are very proud of their history, and they look forward to tomorrow.
The village of Barboursville is a town rich in history, yet alive in 1989 and looking toward the 21st century. As we celebrate our 8th annual Oktoberfest, we invite you to see our town as we know it, a great place to work, to play, to live. We take pride in the beauty of our village, from the restored buildings and well-kept homes to the beautification of our streets, to the protection of our citizens and their homes. We also take pride in our citizens, those who in the past served our country, and those who are our leaders of today and tomorrow. Our community offers excellent opportunities for activities to our residents. We enjoy the good life in Barboursville, believing that life needs a balance of play and work. Never complacent, we look toward the future. Our city park has picnic shelters and baseball field completed, with 6 tennis courts scheduled for spring 1990 completion. Recently, Governor Gaston Caperton visited our town to present funding to the Cabell County Commission for extension of water service to surrounding areas. Barboursville continues to grow, to prosper, and to offer the setting for economic opportunity. While areas of our state and nation have experienced economic slumps in recent years, Barboursville continues to prosper as major businesses have chosen our town as the climate for their investments.
We've been very fortunate in Barboursville to have the great economic base of the mall, which has provided us a source of revenue to our city that's helped us develop a larger police department. We've been able to do civic improvements. We've sort of had better fire protection for our community, and a lot of things planned in the future. It's also been, of course, a consumer location that's been of benefit to the city. We have fine churches here. We have an educational system that allows, in close proximity, children to go from kindergarten all the way through the University of Marshall or the vocational center if they choose that route. But the thing that's really made Barboursville unique all these years has been the people, their willingness to come to your aid when you need help, to support you when things are going well, their willingness to be good neighbors. That's what makes Barboursville a great place to live.
Besides being the tri-state area's favorite place to shop and West Virginia's largest mall, the Huntington Mall has always been an intricate part of the city of Barboursville. Since the mall's opening in 1981, the Huntington Mall has done much to contribute to the growth of the city of Barboursville. This is just one small way to thank the city of Barboursville for their patronage. Once again, thank you for shopping the Huntington Mall.
Barboursville, a great place to live, to play, to work. We just might be West Virginia's best-kept secret. Join us for Oktoberfest 1989, and let us share our secret with you.
And Barboursville welcomes the Huntington High Pony Express Marching Band, and we're very, very happy to have them in Barboursville tonight.
Like the drum.
Oh, that's a fine band. That's a big band.
Certainly is. Take up the entire football field.
One of the things that they've added to high school bands in the past years that wasn't true when I went to high school is they have these flag decor that I guess accompanies most of the high school bands in the state.
Yep. Adds a little color.
I think it's great.
Yep. They've got their own little routine worked out. It's just adds to the whole thing.
It just doesn't seem the same without all these fire trucks with their sirens.
You missed the siren.
Balls put the fear in them, I guess.
Well, we got to have them look one up here.
Oh, there you go, there you
There's
go.
one. They heard you.
Now, let's see if he can blow a few of these microphones out. That's what we ought to try to do. Well, wait till he gets right down here in front.
There you go. I spoke too soon. Now, I want to tell you that Chesapeake is Barboursville's nearest neighbor with the advent of the Huntington East End Bridge.
You know, this is still Fire Prevention Week, too.
That's correct.
Kind of another reminder for people to really be careful, because this is the season when fires really happen.
Troop 790, Boy Scout troop, one of the more outstanding Boy Scout troops, as far as I'm concerned, in the state of West Virginia. A very active troop over the years, and we're proud of Troop 790, which I think is the First Methodist Church in Barboursville. And they're scoutmasters and leaders.
We got a little lull in the parade here, and while we have one, we can tell you that Barboursville is a growing, important commercial center in the region. One of the businesses which has recently relocated to Barboursville is Zirkle Transportation.
Zirkle Transportation Services, sponsor of the 8th Annual Oktoberfest Parade. We're here at the Zirkle Transportation Terminal, where over 184 tractor-trailers provide transportation services to businesses within a 500-mile radius of Huntington. Zirkle moved into a 15,000-square-foot terminal housed on 11 acres of land within the heart of Barboursville just a year ago. Since that time, Zirkle has grown from 145 employees to 210. Zirkle also opened a terminal in Thomasville, North Carolina in June of this year, where they employ another 20 people. The president of Zirkle Transportation Services, Gary Chapman, is a Barboursville native. Chapman attributes his success to smart planning. His motivation is in keeping his family employed and living in the Barboursville area.
By moving the business to Barboursville, it allowed me to be closer to home. It allowed me an opportunity to see my family work together and be able to remain in the Barboursville area.
Chapman has not only made a contribution to Barboursville by keeping his family here, Zirkle has also been able to bring outside revenues to the community. Austie Matheson, chairman of the Oktoberfest, feels that Zirkle's contribution to the Barboursville economy has been plentiful.
When Mr. Chapman decided to locate Zirkle Trucking Company in Barboursville, his hometown, I think that decision represented one of the more important economic factors that has positively affected our economy since the advent of the Huntington Mall some 10 years ago.
This year we've paid our employees over $6 million and expect next year for the amount to increase to approximately $11 million.
Growing along with Zirkle's payroll is the size of the company. Zirkle anticipates the need to expand its operation within the next year.
We expected to be in our new facility for 2 years before the need for expansion. And already we've outgrown our new facility, and we're planning now to expand our facility to where it will accommodate our growth for a 5-year period.
Zirkle has demonstrated outstanding community leadership since opening its doors last October. Zirkle and the Chapman family have made a continued commitment to provide this community with their support.
We're happy to be in Barboursville and to support community activities like the Oktoberfest, the Anti-Drug Air Show, Little League teams, and other civic activities. Part of our goal in being in Barboursville is in some way, somehow, to be able to enrich the quality of life in our local community here.
Zirkle Transportation Services. Thanks for your sponsorship support.
Pretty cars, small children in it.
That's Mr. and Miss Spark from Barboursville.
Mr. and Miss Spark.
Anthony Isaacs and Elizabeth Boyd from Barboursville Elementary School.
That's it. Miss Spark, Rebecca Fashion.
She's from Martha Elementary, riding in that beautiful car.
And Mr. Spark was in there too.
This is the
escort.
Martha, excuse me, Dave. This is the Martha Fire Patrol. It had 4 representatives.
Little flames or cigarette lighters.
I'm sorry, they had more than 4. I was looking at the monitor.
They've got a lot of good signs they're holding up here too.
Each one of them with a good motto, something that you can certainly learn from each one of these things as they go by.
Now, I tell you what we've done in the past. We have merged the Barboursville Volunteer Fire Department Fire Parade with the Barboursville Oktoberfest Parade. So actually what you're seeing are 2 parades in one.
This has got to take so much coordination. It must be unreal. I mean, when do you start to plan for this thing?
Well, this year is the first year that the Barboursville Oktoberfest Committee has not organized and run this parade. This parade is under the direction of the Barboursville Rotary Club who has adopted it as their annual project. We're going to more and more entertainment type things in the parade, and we add a few more every year, and this next year we hope to add even more.
Well, it gives the people something else to come out for too.
Right.
It's just something new to see each year.
All right, who are these 2 lovely young ladies here?
I don't know, but I think they're passing out candy. That's what
They're representing the
they're doing.
Barboursville Women's Club.
Jack O'Shea driving that Mustang, and 2
I thought I
representatives.
recognized him.
Representatives of the Barboursville Women's Club, a fine Barboursville organization.
Now, who's this guy, Osti? He looks like a friend of yours.
Billy Bob.
It's been so long since I've watched cartoons.
Billy Bob's Wonderland.
Now, isn't that the pizza place?
That's the fun pizza place. You go out there and you get a show with your pizza.
That's right.
What kind of car is that, I wonder? This is the Pea Ridge Jumpers, and they're in the parade every year, and the purpose of the Pea Ridge Elementary Jumpers is to coordinate the eye and the hand contact, and they march a lot for the Heart Association. They're here every year, and they do an outstanding job.
That's one other thing I could never do.
Jump rope.
I've never been able to jump rope, so I admire each and every one of these little kids.
The director of this group is Barbara Happenstall.
It's great exercise too.
They also perform at the Lady Herd basketball games.
Yes, I think I've seen them once. Anyway.
They raise money for the Heart Association.
Keeps the kids active though, you know,
Absolutely.
keeps them moving.
Coming up in this Barboursville red truck are the Barboursville cheerleaders.
That's the middle school, isn't it?
Barboursville Middle School.
The Junior Pirates. I think that's Steve Gold driving that truck.
Getting ready for a big game. Coming up. The Kingdom Kids.
Yeah.
Barboursville Wesleyan Church, I believe.
Barboursville Wesleyan Church, they're located on Central Avenue.
We got a little mini congregation on
that.
wheels right there in the parade. How about that?
Absolutely.
Salt Rock Elementary down there too. All trying to stop those big fires from starting.
There's
too.
Amanda Job. She's Miss Spark from Salt Rock Elementary School.
There she goes.
Uh-oh.
Come your whistles. Come your horns, Osti.
I guess there was no rule against blowing your horn in a parade, and that's almost as loud as the siren.
Well, we did lay down some rules, but it's not going to do any good, I'll tell you that right now. This is Allegheny Fire Equipment entry, and Allegheny Fire Equipment Company is a manufacturer of, or a fabricator of fire truck beds, and they're located in Ona. We're very proud of the Allegheny Fire Equipment Company.
And I believe they're using this particular part of the parade as their siren test route. Right here.
Absolutely.
Make sure the sirens are loud enough.
Absolutely.
You know, when they do have fire parades, it's so unbelievably loud that your ears have to ring after you're through with it.
Have you ever been to the fire prevention parade in Charleston during the regatta?
No, but I've
it
heard
is
about it.
absolutely awful. I mean, it's not awful, it's a lot of fun, but
Right.
you have to have, you know, earplugs.
If you like noise, it's fun.
And if you look around in the crowd lining the streets, you'll find a lot of people with their fingers in their ears
That's
right now.
true.
And one of the things we did not want to do is have a bunch of fire trucks in a row. I don't know how this happened, but we might as well listen to them,
It's a plot.
I guess.
I'm glad we've got these earphones on
Yeah.
at this point.
From Salt Rock and from Milton